We'll see, though. They have a full minute of reserve time left.
Mm-hmm,
And if they
mm-hmm.
do take the Drow, I think they'll probably wait until their fourth pick.
Yep, I agree. Well, I'm just like so concerned because of. Oh, this makes it even worse. I was gonna say I'm so concerned because of Timbersaw in this draft, and they actually punish even heavier with the Elder Titan. We've seen Sacred play this Timbersaw. Is this his third game being able to get the Timbersaw here? I'd have to double check through the list, but I don't think.
10 seconds.
Oh gosh, sorry. I was trying to prevent myself from coughing, but I could not. I'm gonna say I don't think that they've lost with Sacred on Timbersaw so far. They've won with it every time. Move. Wait, Neph, did I lose you? Oh.
No, yeah, I'm still here. I was just laughing at something I saw. It's actually healthy scientific. Monster Energy is the real life version of a mana potion.
Hell yeah.
I love Gus Mori. That guy is a riot. He shows up from the very rare Neph streams when they do come out.
Nice. Love it.
I definitely need to get on that more. My subscribers are very loyal. I do not do them justice.
It happens, man. I get it. I basically haven't streamed in almost a month now. By the time this tournament's done, it'll have been almost a month since I've streamed. Surgery on the 22nd, and then we're done on the 20th.
Yeah, you'll start streaming immediately after that one's done, though, right?
Oh, yeah. We'll be streaming a lot. Lots of games to play.
Everybody, this is rkryptic from the hospital.
Yeah. Woo. IRL streams. Good stuff. The silencer, though, we didn't talk about this.
No, you keep mentioning it, and finally we've seen one come out. I do think it is an incredibly strong hero, a little bit undervalued. It's been played in the mid, pause 3, and of course in the pause 5 pretty often. Able to do tons of damage from any of those positions. Global Silence, I love it against Wisp. I'm not crazy about it here, but you do have a decent counter initiation with it. And I think that's what they're going for. Any potential like setup from a stomp followed by like a great team fight with the Earth Spirit and whatnot.
Love this pick. So real quick here, this is something that's really interesting. The silencer is almost always played by PPD, if I'm not mistaken. In their on the last team PPD was involved in, they ran a lot of silencer 5. And then it was something that even business associates did quite often when I believe Fear was playing support. If I remember right, was it Fear on support? Right, it was, and he played a lot of silencer support for them. So this is something that I'm sure that they're familiar with. So in good silencer games, they just pick it up on that support position. And I'm assuming it's just going to be the 5 silencer. Actually, really annoying hero for the Timbersaw.
Maybe. I'm not sure they'll put it on. You think it's going to be 5 silencer? They'll put it on. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Moo might play the silencer as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You could. I mean, you could 3 the silencer, but I think it's more likely we'll see core profit and then support silencer, because silencer this game really just wants to do one thing, which is, global silence and make sure that they can close out a kill.
It's hard to say. I mean, they've banned out now Spectre, somebody who jumps on the backline. So it could be it's more likely to be a core silencer if you see Spectre banned out here. I don't know. Well, we'll find out. They get rid of the clockwork. They're trying to get rid of backline killers in their own right, which
5 seconds.
Would the Juggernaut ban be the one that's left that they want to get rid of just because it's a safe one, or is Drow still? No, Drow's still in the pool.
Drow is still in the pool, and I was talking about how that's a possibility coming up from Thunder Predator here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that is exactly what they're going to do, given the fact that they just got rid of the clockwork.
And they banned the Lifestealer, which it is a decent Lifestealer game already. Looking at Silencer, Nature's Prophet, Invoker, like he's one of these heroes that can just get out a lot of these escapes or a lot of this like harassment. But the Drow Ranger seems like a pretty safe pick, and they banned the Tusk. I think you're right on the head here, Neph.
It's got to be it. We'll see. Is Neph going to look like a big stupid idiot, or is it going to be a Drow Ranger? I'm more interested in
big
what
dummy. Big dummy Neph. Oh no. I'm kidding.
Ricky, you're supposed to save this abuse for Jerry, not me.
I'm sorry, Neph. Jerry's downstairs still. I had to chain him back up after he broke my microphone. The Phoenix. Okay. No, I think you're right, though. The most sensible pick's the Drow. The jug.
Choose your hero.
Oh
We
my
need
god.
Hire a samurai. Ricky was right. Neff was left. It was the jug for MNZ. Excellent prediction there, my friend. And I think this one does deal a little bit better with the amount of spell damage they have here. I mean, it's a natural builder with the Manta style, so we can deal with PPD in that way. You have spin to get out of a lot of stuff. You're also going to probably build a Battle Fury, and that way you can deal with the position 3 Nature's Prophet, which you were also correct about. I've
Egg
got
hitter.
an egg hitter too. You just spin and go on top of the egg. It solves so many problems in just one hero. When in doubt, hire a samurai.
And in doubt, hire samurai. Sammy Boy was told earlier about hiring samurai, I believe, right?
Yeah. That's what Sam. I mean, we were talking about Cyberpunk and how the goal in that game is basically just to be a samurai or a Ronin, which is a rogue samurai.
Yep. I love this draft from Thunder Predator, but I'm also really hopeful for the Sadboys draft here because I've been kind of wanting to see this silencer support come back into the meta, and they get Sacred's Timber Saw, and this is going to be, it's not going to be an easy task here at shutting down this timber. You should have a pretty good lane for the most part. A lot of weight is going to be placed on the DNM and silencer here, I think.
Yeah. This day's probably been a real treat for you, hasn't it?
No, dude, I've gotten all it's all every series has a NA team on it, and then all of the heroes I've been wanting to see have been picked. I don't know, man.
Yeah, this will go down as Ricky's big day.
My big day. Dude, Elder Titan looks so dumb with this pumpkin. Oh my gosh, what is this?
This guy's head.
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. Thank you, MJZ, for putting this in the game.
Yeah. Beautiful. It's like he's hunched over with some awful posture.
Yeah, right? That's what it looks like. It looks like his neck is broken. He's hunchback.
Yeah, Chloe does this once in a while. She got some big goblin energy. That was the cat who broke in my room earlier during the broadcast. My door's now closed, though. I don't want them ripping out any wires or anything like that. By gods, they will for attention.
Rest easy, child.
Leo style, dropping the all chat lines. I'm glad to see him back. Ended up losing the day that he was away. Other than that, they've been looking pretty solid here on Thunder Predator. As they should. One of the best teams out of the South American region.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been routinely at the top of their region since the beginning of the year. Thunder Predator has just been a super dominant force here in the Americas Dota, taking, second or third place in almost every tournament. Obviously, Quincy Crew has been the secret of NA all year, but they decided not to play in this tournament. So now we have, what's going to be a new champion in this BTS Pro Series. I'm excited to see.
Yeah. All right. Look at these beautiful body blocks coming up from Leo style here. You love to see it. DNM, he did great last game, but when you're up against the master, you get bodied. Perfect location there by Leo style. We're done here. Mid lane has been won by him.
This mid lane's over. The drive-by spirit ends up connecting on some extra heroes, so we'll see top lane if they're expecting this. Gotta be careful. Bonus 41 damage. Not a lot. Moo can just turn it around with the Blightstone and the Treants, though. So I guess you have Phoenix here as well. So the auto attack. Oh, my goodness. Nature's Prophet.
Get out of there, MJC. We're done here as well, it seems. There you go. Good drops onto as many creeps as possible. Walks it back through snaking. Plus 73 damage. Let's see some of these clicks. Get that staple gun out there, MJZ. I don't think he's getting any auto attacks off with this one, actually.
Not for you.
Yeah, he still had one Fire Spirit left, right? So as soon as that connected, you're just like, well, I guess I wait for the next one.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just how Snake King's going to play this lane. Every time he builds up a huge amount of stacks here, or a huge amount of damage with this Echo Stomp, he's going to start dropping the Fire Spirits on MJZ and keep him at bay.
Some fun in the mid lane here. I love it. DNM and Leo style. Some little antics, playing with, hanging out, having a good time.
Good night.
But yeah, I think you're right. You are just going to Fire Spirit whenever this... what is this? Astral Spirit comes out. Sorry, I was like, I know there's multiple spirits now. I just can't remember the name.
Yep. The Astral Spirit, Storm Spirit, Void Spirit, Vengeful Spirit Spirit Siphon.
Fire spirits.
Yeah, we could get a little bit more creative.
Yeah,
This is true.
Lots of spirits.
Speaking
It's
of
all right.
let's talk about Earth Spirit. He's been walking around here in the jungle. He's got himself an Orb of Venom, but he doesn't want to be anywhere near the lane right now. He wants Timbersaw to get level 3 as quickly as possible so he can have 2 points in that reactive armor.
Yeah, PP did a good job of kind of zoning out WIJ. Ooh, he doesn't want to get hit. He wants to get that clarity going. Sven's going to offer some help. All right, that was sick.
Not bad. Yeah, PPD has done a pretty good job of that. People underestimate the amount of damage that can come out from this Pause 5 Silencer. I mean, he's going through a lot of mana, yeah, but between Arcane Curse and Glaives of Wisdom, even a hero like Timbersaw can get zoned out. And because of that, he is forced to go Timber Chain instead of Whirling Death against Fear here, which feels pretty bad. That's like going to be your #1 tool for zoning Fear out of the lane.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, like, the lane doesn't get that much easier because you just get multiple levels of Arcane Curse. And then Timbersaw, who normally relies on, like you said, Whirling Death for harassment, you can't use the Whirling Death while you have that Arcane Curse on you. It does a lot of damage, and it keeps extending the duration every time you use a spell. One of the reasons it's so good in this matchup against, like, Void Spirit, Timbersaw, even Earth Spirit, like these heroes that want to just throw spell after spell in these fights.
Yeah. Oh, without them being able to do that, or forced to get a Dispel. Like, if they get a Lotus Orb, it's a solution, but that is so much gold you need in order to get there, right?
Yeah, Timbersaw is going to build one eventually, but these other heroes, not likely. Like, Leo Style will get a Yule's probably at some point, but it's almost always used offensively. Elder Titan, forced to salve into the towers, he gets super low.
Yeah, he could have dropped right there if that last Fire Spirit managed to connect to him. So he's not having such a good time. 4 minutes are going to roll around. And Leo Style, he might just go down here. He's dropping very low to DNM. He's going to have
mana. The roll in from WIJ, though, and the kickback. What a sick save. There's a haste rune in the bottom, and he's trying to get there for the bottle refill. But DNM's not going to let it happen. He's just going to deny it.
Still, an excellent save there by Wish. Almost going down there. I wasn't sure how Leo Style was going to get out of that one. Wish will be able to soak up a little bit of XP here, but DNM doing awesome being able to take Leo Style out of this lane here.
Does he go by Wish instead of WIJ?
I've got absolutely no idea. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll just call him Wish.
I'm going to call him Wish then too. Or I'm just going to call him Earth Spirit, you know, either or. Both are technically probably accurate. Elder Titan, self-deny to the tower. Classic.
Yeah. Listening pretty low for quite some time, so just get himself back online, be able to run at Moo, and punish him for having all these units up here.
Yeah, one of the things, though, that is difficult is the Nature's Prophet does do a ton of damage to this Juggernaut. Every time he comes up to this wave with this Blightstone, he has the Power Treads on Agi for that increased attack speed. And these, you know, little treants, they only have like 20 damage-ish each, but when you don't have much armor, it adds up.
Yep.
He's trying for that healing ward. Oh, plus 75.
But he could die for this. He's going to take a lot of damage from
yeah, he has no TPs. PPD has to help. He rotates on in, has that Arcane Curse up. Yeah, he's gone. He's fast enough, and now the dive on in. This is a sick rotation. First blood going the way of PPD, and MNZ is gonna have to walk back underneath the tower.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, Ricky, it's not just first blood, but that's also the first +2 of the game. PPD get even smarter.
And we talk about the size of this man's cranium, and I'm expecting this game to set a new record.
Mid lane, he's rotating here onto Leo Style, setting up the rune. He's just going to grab it for himself and get a couple clicks off onto him here. Leo Style, you have to be careful, man.
Yeah, it's Tornado. They might be able to turn this. They do. He has nothing left. There's a DD PPD. I like that. It's a lot of letters there. Oh.
A lot of Ds. And another +2 going the way of PPD. That double damage and giving him such a boost in order to take him down. Leo Style shouldn't have committed onto that one, I feel.
They rotated Fear top and killed the Juggernaut.
They are just on fire in this game on Sadboys. 2K net worth up at only 6 minutes in.
Yeah, and 4-0.
I was saying in the lobby that they're looking a little bit better every single day. I'm not sure how much time they had to actually practice before the tournament started. 2 of their players did just leave for fun and start playing with this current roster, Snake King and Moo. But They're starting to look solid, man.
Oh my gosh, this Juggernaut just came back bottom lane and is just getting destroyed by this Nature's Prophet. Sven is struggling a little bit, right? He's against the Timbersaw. Timbersaw almost took bottom tower. It's at 93 HP, which is expected. That's just how the nature of this hero works, but they don't really have a place for Fear to farm. He has this Mask of Madness. They need to start setting up stacks in the jungle for him, but Sacred doing what he does best, and it's just zoning out these other heroes. He's going to start being careful here as he's got a lot of reactive armor stacks, though.
Yep. It's 2 levels in it, so he's taking 26 damage a second. After magic resistance, he's still healing or out healing the damage that it does, but he will get back. It's 7 minutes into the game, and he'll probably want to find himself a neutral item. Leo Style got himself an Ironwood tree. That will 100% go the way of Sacred as soon as they find something else for Leo Style. You just love to have that on the Timbersaw, being able to drop that Iron tree in the middle of the lane. It goes as far as 800 range now, then you can just Timber Chain to it. Makes it much easier to or get away.
It's so sick how that works.
Yeah, it's kind of broken how that works. You can call it safe if you like.
Yeah, it's probably a little broken. You're right.
Sacred just sitting here, continuing to make Fear's life a little bit more miserable, but they set up on him.
I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna go. Oh my goodness, that's just the God Strength with the help of DNM, Cold Snap, Earn, PPD, Killing Spree, 3-0 at 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that's 6 int he has already. The 2 of those PPD and Invoker just sitting there waiting for them to Timbersaw to commit underneath that tower, punishing him for his aggression. These guys together, they can bring him down. You are not invincible at this point on Timbersaw, despite the 4 points in reactive armor. Well, just victory after victory all over the map. I mean, they do manage to take the tier 1 tower down in bot lane on Thunder Predator, but they're not playing fast enough. I mean,
Snake King's farming stacks in the jungle instead of his Sven. He's like, I'm gonna take this hard camp with these 3 points in the Fire Spirits, and he gets level 6 now at 9 minutes into the game.
It's interesting watching this actually work. I would be so angry at my teammates if there's like both the position 3 and the 4 inside the jungle and nobody was in the lane against a Juggernaut, but they're managing to make it work here on Sadboys.
Yeah,
Staying ahead on net worth.
Look at Moo, man. He's super farmed. Level 7. This Wrath of Nature offers a lot of kill potential around the map just with the global presence of it. They will go ahead and scout Leo Style and Widge rotating to the top lane. Sacred, again, just putting a ton of tower pressure. You do have to be careful. It is a level 6 Phoenix, and they do not have ways of killing this egg. Silencer, however, just going to go down. A huge tornado comes in. They have the relocate in as well from Moo. Widge going to go down to the Sunray plus the Stormhammer, but they're going to chase after Sacred potentially. No Orchid online quite yet. Leo Style able to set a Remnant to keep Fear off of his back.
Sacred's gonna get out of there. I mean, they lose PPD, which he's not supposed to feel very bad about. He's only 4-2 for last hits, but net worth and XP actually did go the way of Thunder Predator because PPD is having such a good game.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny.
He ended up popping the tome there, right, and getting himself his level 6.
On PPD, yeah. Yeah. There's no reason to give it to Phoenix. I mean, Snake King is just farming jungle camps, and it's just so funny. Like, we were joking last game about how farmed he was on Snapfire. He ended the game like 3rd net worth or something, and this game, he's, again, like, just catapulting himself above the other heroes in this game.
I mean, Snake King does it so well. I don't want this to give anybody any ideas. Top lane, Sacred, he's out of mana now. EMP has hit him, and he's just going to go down again.
This is such a sick rotation. The Tornado should finish it off, and he's able to grab Leo Style on that Void Spirit as well, so he can't continue to play aggressive. PPD, more intellect going his way. 8 now. I mean, the thing is all of these heroes like have pretty big mana pools. Timbersaw builds tons of mana items, but right now, I mean, he's only at 567 total mana.
Yep, and that is with a magic wand, with that bracer, giving him a little bit more. It's gonna feel, I think, it's gonna feel incredibly bad every single time he dies. He needs every point he's got. I mean, this is a hero that builds a bloodstone because he has so many mana problems.
Yeah. Let's try to keep my eyes on Snake King here. I'm not really sure where he's going, debating on what to do. I mean, he's just like, I'm going to go clear your mid lane, DNM. Don't mind me.
DNM thinks he's the pause too, and it's really snaking far up the jungle and the lanes at the same time.
He's gotten so many stacks this game. Sven now bottom lane, trying to clear out some jungle stacks as well, getting closer and closer to the Echo Saber.
This is wild to see. This is actually just being the optimal play for Snake King. It is so rare for it to be optimal for your pause forward to just sit inside the jungle. I imagine a lot of North American games are going to be griefed after this one.
Phoenix is one of those heroes that jungles really quickly as well, too. I mean, Fire Spirits is an incredibly high damage spell. Pretty low cooldown, and with Tranquil Boots, you just regen off all of the damage that you deal to yourself from your spells. So, you know, there it is. You're just clearing up the stack. Sunray level 2. He's level 8 on the Phoenix here without taking the Tome. This is incredible.
Yeah, one of the reasons why he is jungling right now is because Thunder Predator can't take a fight into them or take any objectives. I mean, he's just going to sit by his tower here mid. As long as he doesn't lose this one, the control of the map stays and they remain unpunished for the Phoenix jungling.
They're working their way to a Spirit Vessel on Invoker, and I mean, he's 400 gold away roughly.
Yeah, MNZ is now making the right play. He's shutting down what Phoenix and the rest of the heroes on Sadboys are able to do inside their own jungle by farming it out, and they're establishing vision up in here. But
he sentries it.
He knows exactly what they're up to, and he sees this ward up here, though he doesn't have vision of it. And it gets dewarded there by MJZ. Boom!
Yeah, that's a nice aggressive deward there from MJZ. He doesn't want to lose that freshly placed ward. It'd be pretty costly. Mid lane, Saker going to try and work on this tower, but like you said, how do you fight into this lineup? You have Global Silence, Egg, Wrath of Nature, like all of these really big damage and like difficult spells to work with.
Yeah, they're great at holding towers and disengaging as well. I mean, they struggle to chase them until they have Aghanim Scepter on Sven, but for now they're more than happy to buy their time, and they get further and further ahead the more things wait. I mean, it's not getting completely out of control, but now it was up from 2k to 3k with advantage for Sadboys here.
Yeah, slowly leveling off. Like I said, it was definitely going up at a faster rate, but I mean, I'm looking at the net worth of like Void Spirit and Timbersaw, and they're doing pretty darn well. Like, shout out to Leo Style, of course. Like, this guy's always gonna find money. I just don't know if you can keep up with the Nature's Prophet in a Sven. That's the big scary thing. And speaking of Invoker, he's going to find the Earth Spirit here in the jungle. Can't really get a Rolling Boulder off thanks to that Urn and Cold Snap Tornado to secure it. And that's going to be your Spirit Vessel. He has the money.
Yeah, him going down there. Sacred just sitting so far back at the moment, afraid they're going to TP into him and blow him up again. I mean, he's died twice pretty close to the tower.
Leo Style does not have mana for this. Double Astral Steps away, but he's They might be able to chase here. What a nice Remnant. All right, he's fine. That Faded Brooch Phase Boots, he is quick enough, gets the bottle refill, and he forces 2 TPs to the bottom lane. Invoker's Courier, rest in peace. He's gonna get punished for that one super hard, because that Spirit Vessel got delivered. Cold Snap, Spirit Vessel on the money. Alacrity as well. Moo just rotating over for a casual kill steal.
Don't mind if I do, says Moo. But I think off of this one, the catapults have just spawned. They probably signaled this one out. All the heroes on Sadboys now collapsing on the mid lane. And Sacred, by himself, he's going to struggle to defend this.
He can't defend this anymore by himself. Invoker has Spirit Vessel. Sacred has a mech. I mean, you need a way to purge off this Spirit Vessel, or you're in so much trouble. Like, this mech and healing ward have so much less effective healing.
With no Guardian Greaves yet. I mean, he's trying to work on them now that he sees the Spirit Vessel and a lot of the other things this game. And then there was something else we talked about. They eventually built a Lotus Orb on the Timbersaw. Guardian Greaves is a nice solution as well.
Leo Style forced to Yules to save himself, and he will be able to just Astral Step away. So he did get a good timing on the Yules. We knew he'd pick this one up eventually. But yeah, it's again, I'm still worried. The farming speed actually teetering off here, you know, despite it all. They're not pulling ahead anymore on Sadboys. It's pretty dead even. Shout out to MNZ, dude. He just passed Fear and net worth, but Global Silence comes out and there's no save. Oh my gosh, the Caster's Curse. Not again, but the Sunray isn't enough. The Silence, goes down to the Soulburn. Egg up in the middle of the fight. The Sprout, oh my lord, Moo saves him. Timbersaw goes down as well.
And they just lose 3 heroes just like that. Beautiful sprout there by Moo. My God, how can they do anything here on Thunder Predator? They're struggling. They lose 3,000 XP for that, almost 2,000 gold going their way. Even with this mechanism freshly completed, they can't take a team fight.
You know, I was talking about how it looks so even, how Thunder Predator aren't losing or falling behind in any way, and then that one fight, those are the spells that you were talking about. Like these guys, like if they collapse, they take a fight together, they're so scary in general, and somehow PPDS 16 int now.
Yeah, that is one hell of a smart guy. Very large sized brain there. And he's doesn't really need anything more than he's got to have such a high impact in these team fights. I mean, if he keeps getting int, he could like turn these trank boots into power treads and click people down, and suddenly he's a massive threat. But he goes for the Glimmer Cave, which does give him a little bit of extra attack speed, but saves his allies and makes it that much harder for either Void Spirit or Juggernaut to jump onto him in the backline. They'll need to carry Duff, which is an inventory slot.
Unfortunate smoke rotation in the mid lane doesn't result in a immediate kill, but they do get the Phoenix, I think, in the end. Yeah, doesn't respect the Yules there from Leo style. Snaking will just go down. And now your tower under pressure. DNM somewhat nearby, but MNZ, or rather MJZ, spots it out, drops a sentry immediately, and they're a little bit afraid to continue the chase. And that tower will finally fall to the Juggernaut. Hasted on the Void Spirit, looking for some people.
They won't be able to connect to anyone. This is one of the issues with their lineup. They lack the ability to catch people at the moment. They're great with disengage, but they haven't had like MJZ behind Sacred to reset
offensive Yules, Leo style, he might get punished for that. He has to run that Spirit Vessel, and the Silence is just doing so much work. And now Timbersaw burned out of all of his mana as Fear just chops through that Earth Spirit. Timbersaw able to get away. Do they have the Tornado? It will connect. Cold Snap in 3. The Sunray and DNM finding another kill on this Timbersaw.
Yeah, taking that fight outside of any reactive armor stacks, and they're right beside Roach when they finish it. God's Strength still up. They say, hey, we might as well. We got Alacrity. Take down this Roach in no time at all. Solar Crest on... Which hero is this?
It's on Fear?
Oh, sorry. Down the Courage, not Solar Crest. It's on DNM.
Okay.
It's more common Invoker build. People started to go this one.
Yeah. Oh, Courier goes down, Leo style. I mean, he's here, drops a Remnant, but it's going to get immediately popped. They pop the Global just as a security policy, and they're going to be able to chase if they want. Nature's Prophet TPing in really aggressively. He's going to go for the TP out. No way to cancel it. DNM not close by.
Yeah, Sacred as well, or sorry, Snake King. He tried to dive in and get the Yules off, but he just wasn't fast enough. Nice try there by them, but things just getting worse and worse here for Thunder Predator. Ricky, they're struggling to stay in this MNZ. He's got a lot of farm. He is like neck and neck with Sven in these team fights, but sorry, as far as net worth goes, but he needs a lot more items to be able to keep up with him.
Yeah, on the side here, Widge gets caught by DNM. A nice TP in from Moo again as he just finishes off the kill, and now Nature's Prophet, he's gonna have, is he going Deso? Does he have Deso? Oh, he has BKB. Oh, I was so confused. I was like, please tell me that's a BKB. Moo has a BKB now completed, makes him that much tankier in these fights. And normally what we see out of these offlane Prophets is you end up seeing, you know, tons of armor coming out eventually, right?
Yeah. I mean, he usually builds like the Assault Cross after he's got his BKB and his Orchid online. He's got a actual Sheepstick queued up, so I think he just sees that the only real threat on Thunder Predator is his Juggernaut. So if they can stun him up, then he's not going to be able to do anything, because right now they do lack disables. I mean, they have the Silence, they have Cold Snap and whatnot, they have Orchid on the Nature's Prophet, but they need hard lockdown for him. And the only thing they have is the Storm Hammer and the Phoenix Egg coming out afterwards. So limit MNZ's ability for outplay.
Oh my gosh, he managed to find a Philosopher's Stone as well on the Phoenix. So the rich get richer, Neph. What do you know?
I don't like. Maybe if we give him more money, he'll make jobs for us. And Jerry, for that matter. Jerry.
The Orchid comes out onto the Void Spirit. He's going to have to self-Yules this as he wants to get out. The Tornado not going to connect. And now Wrath of Nature as well. Double Astral Step away. Again, they're just forcing Leo style away. He cannot farm.
Just forced to go all the way back to his base now. They control the entire map right now. Dire jungle, or sorry, Radiant jungle.
They're searching. They have vision from Nature's Prophet? Not quite yet. They know the Timber Saw is here somewhere. DNM's trying to find him. He gets the vision. Cold Snap perfectly timed to cancel that Timber Chain. EMP is going to burn the rest of his mana. He does have the wand charges. Tornado as well, but there's no follow-up here from the rest of his team. They're just not close enough.
They would have gotten Wish there, but he's just a fraction of a second too late on Nature's Prophet with that Orchid. If he already starts the roll, he'll end up completing it. Silence won't interrupt it. Things have slowed down to a crawl. They haven't increased the net worth lead at all on Sadboys outside of these team fights. I mean, they're still managing to keep up with them as long as they're not losing heroes.
It's all MNZ, dude. I don't know how he's as farmed as he is. He has stayed in front of Sven the entire game, despite being 0-2-0.
And not having a great cleave to work with. Had to pull himself up by his bootstraps and get himself a Battle Fury. No built-in cleave like Sven's got.
Yeah, PPD getting some nice wards placed deep in the triangle here. They do know that there's a ward there now that the Wrath of Nature came through. So they can they really need to defend this ward, and it looks like Thunder Predator, knowing that there's a ward here, are a little bit too afraid to check for. Oh, but ET gets scouted by a Sunstrike. Was that what it was?
I think checking if that doesn't. I'm not sure what ended up scouting him out. I was looking up at top lane at MNZ split pushing that wave. I think they're going to send somebody back to deal with them pretty quickly here. Elo Titan is going to be your biggest tool for slowing down these pushes, but still, you can throw out the whirling, or sorry, the chakram.
I mean, you have 40 seconds on Aegis. You want to use it, right?
Yeah, but it's possible for you to get baited into an unfavorable fight here with only 40 seconds left.
Alacrity, God Strength, everything committed. Still has BKB, obviously the Sunray. Ooh, doesn't pull Phoenix up onto the high ground there with that Remnant, but Fear still wants to do as much damage to this tower as possible. Moo, he was channeling his TP to the side. Silenced up Leo style. The Alacrity comes out once again. Fear going to start working on this melee barracks. Thunder Predator, you got to do something. Leo style goes in. Fear just pops the BKB. He hard commits for the barracks, and he's going to get it. Earth Splitter going to do some work, but that Aegis, the 1 second, the timing, they know the global silence. They need to retreat now. He's going to get full healed. They've used some big spells, and Fear looks like he might escape. He is out. So is Moo, PPD, the TP, the boys. They're all gonna escape.
That was a very clean escape, and that was the perfect use of that global silence. I mean, being able to stop them from interrupting him and grabbing him at that last second on the Aegis there. Beautiful. Sometimes a great global silence isn't it taking a team fight for yourself, but stopping the enemies from getting one. That's something I talked about at the start of the game. Fear. He just goes right back at it. Keeps farming, waits till God's Strength is back up again, play around this Roche Pit, and I think they'll just do it again.
Oh my gosh, Moo just TPing behind enemy lines, taking both Bounty Runes, snaking middle lane, and a lot of trouble. Not going to be able to get saved this time. And this Phoenix, I mean, it had an early Yules and has a plate mail, but it is just so easy to kill it as a Timber Saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that they get out of that one, but I feel as if in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. While you're trying to take this tier 2, Moo is down here, shoving the lane into your base.
You're just cutting your waves. They tried to push this bottom lane out as much as possible since there is super creeps here, but your wave's just being cut by Nature's Prophet, so eventually it's going to push back, and then he can just head up top with this global TP. They have vision here. PPD, Fear, DNM looking for the power rune. They're not going to find it, but they do see the Sacred. The backside, MJZ is in so much trouble. Sunstrike, Stormhammer. He's silenced up. There goes the Alacrity. Just a couple chops from the big man himself as he takes him down. Now Juggernaut forced to Blade Fury and run away. Does have that movement speed bonus, which you've seen more Juggernauts go back for instead for that level 15 talent.
Yeah, just to be able to use that Blade Fury to disengage in the team fights, exactly what MNZ is doing. Eventually, they're going to have to take a team fight, though, but it's so hard to fight into everything that Sadboys have. I mean, 17-3 right now, and yeah, it's majority of what's happening is they take the team fights and they keep getting a little bit from Sadboys. Thunder Predator keeping neck and neck with their farm, but I'm struggling to figure out when exactly it is that Thunder Predator are able to fight into them.
Yeah, he should cut this TP location with these trees, and he will. So there's no way to defend this tower. And that is your second tier 2 tower is going to go down. You don't control both outposts since the bottom one currently being held by Thunder Predator, but this is a problem with Nature's Prophet. If you look bottom, he's again cutting the creep wave with some more sprouted trees. And you have to leave someone down here on Thunder Predator because you can't let this creep wave get to your base. Because Nature's Prophet will just TP in and just start taking a building.
OTI 3 era Nature's Prophet is not a fun way to play Dota.
Super fast Roche respawn, only 30 seconds.
Yep. So they're just going to play around the pit here. This is one of the major things that they need in order to actually break into the base. I mean, yes, they have the ability to take down Sven with the Omni Slash, but a second time is going to be incredibly difficult for them. Once that's on cooldown, I'm not sure what they do to bring down the Sven. They just lack the damage on any other hero. Oh, no. They might finally find MNZ farming out the jungle.
He doesn't have Ags yet on the Sven. You can easily dodge it with the Blade Fury or the Swift Slash, but looks like instead they're going to walk right into Widge, and the Storm Hammer is going to make quick work of him. No way to roll out of that. +2 once again for PPD, up to 20 bonus intellect.
Ooh.
And the Roshan is up.
You were right earlier. DNM, he's using his Sunstrike to scout wherever Juggernaut might potentially be coming from. He threw one just above this ramp here.
What a sick dive into a Yules. He's managed to catch the Elder Titan. He burns all his mana. Cold Snap and a couple more chops from the big man. They get him bottom lane. MNZ, he's split pushing, but they don't have a way to cancel his PPD. Swift Slash? Okay, he's just baiting potentially. Yeah, Blade Fury TP. No way to cancel this. You at least force him out of the base.
Yeah. PPD forced him out of the base by himself, of course. The main reason because the teleport was coming, but can't commit the Omni Slash onto that because he got the Ghost Scepter here on PPD.
Global Silence committed to make sure this Void Spirit does not get out of this gank. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Leo style. The status resist from Kaya Sanj, is it going to work? Almost. Almost a sick play here from Leo style. I was confused. I was like, how did he get out of this? The greater Fairy Fire heal plus Kaya Sanj.
And the magic wand there. Yeah. He had 20 charges of it, but it just wasn't enough. That's going to feel pretty bad. You were closing in on the Aghanim Scepter, which is incredibly important in this game. If you can blow up PPD on the backline with this thing.
Oh, they managed to find Timber Saw. Moo on the backside does have BKB. Still the Swift Slash over onto the Invoker. Yule's going to keep him alive for the time being, and the Split Earth not going to connect onto anyone, while Fear, he's hungry for kills, but the big targets are going to be the Juggernaut and the Timber Saw. Neither of them, it looks like they'll be able to connect onto. Phoenix dive on over, looking for Widge on this Earth Spirit, but it's not going to happen. Aggressive TP. He's looking for the rune. He's baiting it perfectly. He's going to find the Earth Spirit. Moo. This guy, he's just so damn good. Oh, the silence doesn't come out in time. He gets the bounty. He's going to survive. Oh, 200 HP. He's gone.
Yeah, he just has to leave. Wish does manage to get out, but, you know, just kill after kill. All they can do on Thunder Predator is run away from these fights. MNZ now finally trying to fight into them, but he's getting kited the Yule Scepter.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with this. There is an egg available, and there it is. The Omni Slash coming through, doing some serious work. Sven, he's going to go down. The egg will survive, but you've lost 2 big cores to this Juggernaut. And now Moo, he's BKB'd up, but it does not matter. This is a huge win for Thunder Predator. Not being able to blow up that Juggernaut or the Timber Saw just cost them 4 heroes, and now it's going to be a Roshan.
Just like that, Caster's Curse coming out from me. Not sure how they were going to take a fight into that, but Juggernaut getting off that Omni Slash and Swift Slash, blowing up the team and cleaving them down with a Battle Fury as well. So much damage coming out from him in that team fight. Look at this, 5,600.
Look at the XP change, man. Almost 10,000 experience. It's going to throw the experience graph in favor of Thunder Predator now. And Juggernaut back on top as far as net worth is concerned, itemizing for a Nullifier.
I do think that they... All right, we have a pause coming out. There might be some connection issues. At the same time, Roshan goes down and Aegis is picked up. So everyone's going to have this timer remembered. 31-35.
Yep.
Juggernaut I was talking about him a while ago when Nature's Prophet first picked up or started to pick up the Scythe of Ice. This is where all of your damage is going to come from these team fights. So, Sadboys, they already have a solution underway. They have the Sheep Stick picked up by him, and I imagine they'll go for a Bash or Abyssal Blade on the Sven because they know it's just one hero they have to bring down.
Yeah, if Jug dies, the damage potential of Thunder Predator just plummets, and it's kind of the same thing with the Sven, though, and we talk about this Jug-Sven matchup. When Jug has the same net worth, it is going to favor Juggernaut almost every time, just because of this Aghanim Scepter. Swift Slash is one of those abilities that just chews through the Sven.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if Sven is able to deal with this. He's got tons of armor, so he's already got a little bit there. Ready to go, though.
All right.
Let's see what they can do with this Aegis, man.
Yeah, I mean, Juggernaut's level 23, almost 24. I'm assuming you go for the health talent at 25. Some people like the Omni Slash duration, but I think 475 health is pretty sick when you have 30 plus armor. Snake King still farming up in the jungle on this Phoenix. He's going for a Lotus Orb. Did go for that Shiva's Guard. I mean, he's really farmed on this Phoenix, but they are starting to fall behind. Or I guess lose their lead, because it was 12,000 in favor of Sadboys here before that fight.
I wouldn't call it that much in their favor. I mean, they won one team fight and the rubber band played into effect. Moo already finding a kill on MNC.
He did get the BKB off. Oh. Okay, that is not worth it.
That is not even close to worth it. Show us the fight recap, Jerry. Come on, open that one up for us.
-5 gold.
Didn't make that buyout.
Yeah, that is a rough one. There's a lot of time off the map for the Nature's Prophet now. Two dying twice in 2 fights now, and that pretty much makes it so that you can't like stay ahead in net worth. Like, this Void Spirit's gonna pass you, and that's not something you typically see. And when he gets an Aghanim Scepter, you gotta be pretty careful. He's gonna pop the BKB on Fierce. He doesn't reflect that stun, but he goes down anyway. PPD, the damage from that Arcane Curse, just a little bit too much now. Leo Style protected for the moment by the Lincoln Sphere, but Global Silence comes out, a tornado as well into the ice path, ice wall rather. Leo Style gonna die. I mean, those are 2 big kills. They turn it around. You just too far forward without the help of your team.
Yeah, I mean, Timbersaw getting blown up immediately in that team fight, having no stacks of the reactive armor and taking 523 from damage from each one of Sven's attacks there. I mean, the guy, if he doesn't have any reactive armor stacks built up, Sven is just able to blow him up so quickly. It's something you have to keep in mind when you're playing this Timbersaw. You can't let yourself get jumped like that.
Ooh, DNM mid lane. They do catch him with the dust, and he's able to get the Ghost Scepter off for the time being, but that's not going to protect him. No BKB, sir. He's going to go down. Nice catch there by the Earth Spirit.
Yep, he's definitely playing a more supportive role in this match. It's going to be Nature's Prophet. And top lane, Snake King, he might just go down with a silence. It's done.
Yeah, that is a little bit too far. The Earth Spirit, obviously, you can chase, but the rest of your team takes a little bit longer to get there. MNC does have this axe for gap closing. He forces an egg out of Snake King immediately.
Snake King, he keeps himself alive with that one, if nothing else. I mean, he has to be afraid of an Omni Slash coming out onto him.
Yeah.
Not bringing him down by himself. What is it? How many hits do you need at these level 18? 10? It would have been a little bit rough for Juggernaut to gap the distance and get that off, even with the very low base attack time that he has.
So Sven now going for a Satanic. I mean, it's necessary for sure, but I still worry. He does go the Omni Slash duration on the Juggernaut this game. So now you have that 4.5 second Omni duration.
Here.
Bottom lane, Fear caught. He does have BKB available. No egg. I mean, this is the fight that you want to take. You're gonna go ahead, manage to catch him with that tornado, but Fear has to pop his BKB. And like I said, Omni's still available. Global Silence comes out, Manta to purge it. Timbersaw chasing into the base. Fear still alive for the time being. A nice Orchid's gonna prevent Void Spirit from chasing. I mean, you've committed so many big spells here on the side of Sadboys.
Yeah, but no God Strength was committed during that. Fear managed to just pop his BKB and disengage, so they do have to be a bit careful with how far into the base they chase there.
All right, they know there's a ward up on the high ground there now.
They did an excellent job of keeping MNZ off of Fear in that one, though. The guy could have just gone down. He did have buyback available, though, so it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but still puts them even further behind.
They managed to get all 4 bounty runes concerning the situation, and now, I mean, your tier 4s are being hit by creeps. We could see, you know, Moo make a rotation to the enemy base. They do have a repair kit slowing this down. Ooh, a little bit of server latency problems there, but looks like it's okay. We're gonna be back. Yeah, they have to back. They have to be really... You have to respect these creeps in your base.
Thunder Predator respect no one. I'm just going to let the creeps do their thing to their tier 4 towers. Timbersaw's pinging it out, but...
It's unhealable damage, man.
Yeah.
600 health down on a tier 4. You do have to be careful, because at any time, right, NP could just TP top. That lane is exposed, so you can just try and take down that tier 3 tower. Aegis does expire. And we see a Basher now swapped in its place. So Juggernaut, he has this Butterfly Basher now completed. So Sven just cannot fight this hero. The smoke into smoke snaking here. He might get caught, dives away. Leostar is going to jump into 4 and immediately see what's going on and have to back. They do hold Sven, but he's okay to sit the front line. Pretty tanky.
Yeah, I'm glad that he ended up getting out of that one. This, all right. Stomp comes out.
The ward is there. They're chasing after the PPD. The sentry on the high ground. They have all the vision that they need, but MNZ, he's looking for an Omni Slash target, but instead, the Earth Spirit's going to get caught by that Stormhammer. The Silencers are there holding on to this Hex as well. They really want to save this for the right target. A great 3-man stomp into an Earth Splitter. Just going to help disengage. Moo gets stuck on the cliff as a result. Immediately TP's back to base.
Yeah. He'll probably go shoving out bottom lane right after that one. He knows that there's nowhere for them to teleport near that one.
Tier 4 items now available, though.
So he's just going to go mid. Yeah,
he takes the
4.
Prince's Knife. He has the Hex into a Hex now, which is pretty big. They can find a good opening, and Sacred might not be a bad one. The second Hex comes out. Moo caught by a Remnant, but W... Oh, a huge stomp. Once again, the global silence. A disarm, though, but he pops the Swift Slash into the Omni. It's onto the Invoker, but he's going to soak it. He gets the Ghost Shroud off, but on the backside, the egg isn't going to pop. MNZ unable to take it in time. Moo coming back over, but it's 1v3. He's got to be careful, Sven. He's chasing after Leo style. Fight of the Stormhammer plus PPD. He's still silenced. The Lincoln Sphere cooling down as well. Able to dissimulate to the side. Moo, he's dead. Fear... nowhere to be found. He can't help the boys. Oh my goodness. It's a disaster once again for Sadboys. 2 fights happening on complete different sides of the map.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of that is just partially thanks to Leo style. He committed the Astral Stitch so far away from the rest of his team, managing to separate Sven. PPD just trying to play as close to Sven as possible and take down Leo style. But because they got so separated, I mean, Juggernaut loves that. He's a single target heal. Jump on people with Swift Slash every 15 seconds. Sven, he wants to be able to cleave the team down.
They just don't have a way of dealing with this Juggernaut. Like, as soon as he Omni Slashes, they just melt. Unless he Omni Slashes a Lotus Orb by mistake. Like, I don't know what your game plan is here.
God Strength is back up now for Fear. He can take this fight if he has to, but without Nature's Prophet or Silencer, you're hesitant, right?
Yeah, it seems pretty hard. I mean, you might be able to hold. You might be able to hold. It'll take a bit, but Repair Kit is hard to deal with. You have a lot of damage coming out from Phoenix as well. Thunder Predator, they're just going to back. They're afraid.
Horrible item, Repair Kit, by the way.
Yeah, I think we all agree.
Roshan is going to be a longer respawn on it. 2 minutes and 25 seconds, but Leveler now found for Juggernaut.
He loves that one. More attack speed on this hero. Perfect.
You can see how fast the attack outside of Omni Slash is every 0.33 seconds.
We didn't get the BKB off this time. Fear forced the God Strength, but there's the Omni. He's just getting bashed out, and now he needs to be able to connect onto some of these other heroes. The Lincoln Sphere is going to protect Leo style. He's choosing to go for the jug, but the casted Lincoln's going to slow him down, and there's the egg in the center of the fight. They aren't deciding to go for it, but the Sven is just dead. He can't be saved, and now snaking the egg pops, trying to save this fight, but MNZ, there's the oh no, it's such a sick Swift Slash on over. He doesn't even have to commit the Omni in this entire engagement. They just destroy the side of Sadboys, and game one looking like it's going to go Thunder Predator's way.
Buybacks available on 3 heroes here, so they're going to have to defend. Otherwise, you'll lose your tier 4s. They're going to waste any time, Juggernaut, with this leveler. Look at him tear through this tower. Go on, skip these racks. His buybacks are forced to come out. How do they defend without the Sven's God's strength, though?
I mean, you can't defend without your Nature's Prophet either. I mean, he could force them back by like trying to base race, but he doesn't have TP, or he doesn't have buyback. So I don't think there's a way to slow this down. Like maybe, you know, Invoker throwing some zoning spells, the Tornado. You do have Repair Kit on the base, which is 70 health per second. So that's a nice play. They're going to go in back for the ranged barracks. The melee will fall as well here. Ooh, the Swift Slash forward into the Omni. If he wants to use it, he can still do it. He's going to go and just fully commit onto the Sven. An immediate dieback. The GG comes out. Nothing you can do at that point. He held this Omni for so long on the Juggernaut.
Just afraid of any possible saves coming out from the Thunder Predator. They do it. The game looked so incredibly rough for them. It was sitting like 21-3 at the start, and they finally managed to turn it, take one single team fight, and off the back of that, the XP they need to win the game.
Unbelievable play by Thunder Predator. I mean, this is just, I mean, MNZ's the MVP in my eyes. This Juggernaut, I don't know how he did it, how he managed to farm and do as much as he did. I mean, his score is only 4 and 2 and 10, but he just crushed this game. 723 GPN, despite his whole team being so far behind in the beginning of this game. And, you know, they itemized as best they could to try and deal with this Juggernaut. It just didn't happen. To me, like you said, the Scythe of Ice was like the deal with Juggernaut item, but it didn't seem to matter at all. They didn't have the burst damage at that point.
No, it needed to be Fear getting on top of them. Leo Style did a great job at distracting Sven in these last couple of team fights. I mean, just tearing him so far away from the rest of the team, punishing him for that Aghanim Scepter pickup, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he astral steps away, and suddenly you're like 2,000 range away from what's happening in the team fight, and Juggernaut's ripping through your team. He doesn't have any trouble getting on top of you with Swift Slash. Yeah, you just felt inferior for what you were using the Sven for.
Yeah, and this is why we talk about Jug being such a good counter into the Sven. When you get these items, the Aghanim Scepter Juggernaut is just too damn good at dealing with the Sven. Like, you can't stick on this hero. You don't want to build an Abyssal Blade on Sven. You just want to be able to right-click heroes. And Juggernaut, with his base attack time, the fact that he has this Swift Slash, he's just going to control you. And it was just an incredible play here by Thunder Predator, turning this game out in their favor, what looked like an almost impossible scenario. This looked like it was Sadboys all the way.
Just look at the win probability graph. Just the heavy spikes from those like 1-2 team fights that they took there on TP.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be game one, and we got another one coming up here. Sadboys versus Thunder Predator in our third best of 2 of the day. So we'll be back after a short break. Everyone, stay tuned.